You grow up in a place where police sirens are part of the soundtrack of life. Not something unusual, just background noise. Your neighborhood sits on the edge of the city. Concrete buildings, rusty fences, graffiti covering every wall. The kind of place where delivery drivers refuse to enter after dark. Your mother works 2 jobs. Your father disappeared years ago. Nobody talks about where he went. Kids here learn things early. Which streets belong to which gang? Which houses are safe? Which corners you should never walk past at night? Some kids dream about college. Some dream about escaping. You learn something different. How power works. Because on your street, there are only 2 kinds of people. Those who are controlled and those who do the controlling. You start at the bottom, but not for long. You are 12 years old when someone from the cartel approaches you. He doesn't look like a criminal. Nice clothes, expensive watch, friendly smile. He offers you a job. Just ride your bike around the block. If you see police cars, whistle. That's it, $10 a day. At first, your mother thinks you're delivering groceries. You let her believe that. Your job seems simple. You ride your bicycle in circles, watching, listening, learning. You notice things other people ignore. Which cars belong in the neighborhood? Which ones don't? Which police officers patrol regularly? Which ones only show up after shootings? The older guys start calling you useful. That's the first compliment you get from the cartel. And in your neighborhood, being useful means you might survive. At 13, your bicycle job changes. Now you carry messages. Not phones, not texts. Real messages. Written on small folded pieces of paper. Sometimes just numbers. Sometimes addresses. You deliver them between houses, stores, and cars. No one explains what they mean, but you understand the rules. Never read the message. Never keep it longer than necessary. Never ask questions. You begin to realize something. The cartel is everywhere. The mechanic shop, the nightclub, the grocery store, even the security guard outside the school. Everyone is connected somehow, and the more you see, the more you understand. This isn't just crime. It's an entire system. At 15, the real work begins. Now you carry packages, small backpacks, small boxes, always sealed, always important. The routes change every day. You walk, sometimes take buses, sometimes taxis, always moving. Your instructions are simple. Never take the same street twice. Never walk directly home. If someone follows you, lose them. If police stop you, drop everything and run. You learn quickly. The streets become a map inside your head. Shortcuts, hidden alleys, escape routes. Most teenagers worry about school exams. You worry about surveillance. At 16, the money changes. Instead of $10 a day, you get hundreds. You start buying things you never had before. New shoes, better clothes, a phone nicer than your teacher's. Your mother asks questions. You tell her you work construction after school. She wants to believe you, so she does. But deep down, she already knows. Every mother in your neighborhood knows. The streets are raising their children. One night, your boss calls you into a garage. There are 4 men inside, all quiet. all watching you. He places a pistol on the table. You've done good work. You're ready for more responsibility. You pick up the gun. It feels heavier than expected. Not just physically, mentally. Carrying a gun changes how people see you and how you see yourself. You are no longer just a kid. Now you are someone the cartel trusts. Your new job is collecting debts. Dealers who owe money. Drivers who lost shipments. People who think they can cheat the system. You knock on doors. You stand in silence. Sometimes that's enough. Sometimes it isn't. The first time someone refuses to pay, your boss handles it. He breaks the man's hand with a hammer. The second time, he tells you to do it. You hesitate. Just for a second. Then you swing. Your reputation grows. People begin paying faster. Fear is efficient. At 18, you get your first real order. A rival dealer is selling on cartel territory. He was warned twice. Now the warning phase is over. Your boss hands you the gun. The rival stands behind a small convenience store. He looks nervous, young, just like you. For a moment, you think about walking away, but the cartel is watching, and hesitation is weakness. You pull the trigger. The shot echoes down the empty street, and just like that, you cross a line that cannot be uncrossed. After that night, everything changes. The bosses trust you more. You're invited to meetings. Not big meetings, small ones. Planning shipments, coordinating dealers, moving money. You begin learning the real business. How drugs move across borders. How police are paid. How politicians protect the system. You realize something shocking. The cartel isn't hiding. It's cooperating with people who claim to be fighting it. At 23, you run your first territory. 20 dealers work under you. Every week they bring money. You count it, package it, send a percentage up the chain. You solve problems, resolve disputes, punish mistakes. Leadership in the cartel isn't about popularity. It's about control. Your name begins spreading through the city. Police know who you are, but they rarely touch you, because someone higher up has already been paid. Territory attracts enemies. Another cartel wants your routes. At first, it's intimidation, then sabotage, then shootings. Cars explode. Warehouses burn. Men disappear. You spend nights planning ambushes, days relocating operations. The streets turn into battlefields. By the end of the year, your cartel wins, but victory comes with graves. 5 of your closest men are dead. Power always collects its debt. The cartel leadership invites you to the mountains, a mansion hidden behind armed guards. Inside sit the real bosses, men whose names never appear in newspapers. They question you for hours about loyalty, about strategy, about ambition. You answer carefully. By sunrise, you are no longer a lieutenant. You are part of the inner circle. Your world expands overnight. Now you oversee entire regions, ships arriving from overseas, trucks crossing borders, millions of dollars moving every week. You hire accountants, lawyers, security teams. Entire businesses exist just to clean cartel money. The operation becomes massive, too big to stop easily, too profitable to abandon. Years pass. The old boss dies suddenly. Officially, it's a heart attack. Unofficially, no one asks questions. The leadership meets, votes are cast, and somehow they choose you, the street kid, the bicycle lookout. Now you are the boss. Power changes everything. You own mansions, cars, private planes, but freedom disappears. You travel with armed guards. You move between safe houses. Every conversation might be recorded. Every meeting might be betrayal. You trust fewer people every year. Because the higher you climb, the more enemies you create. Late at night, you sometimes remember the past. The bicycle, the $10, the corner where everything started. You wonder what would have happened if you had chosen another life. But deep down, you know the truth. In neighborhoods like yours, choices are limited. And somewhere right now, a 12-year-old kid is riding a bicycle down the street, watching for police cars, whistling if they appear, earning his first $10, the same way you did. And if he survives long enough, one day he might become the next boss. Because the streets are always recruiting.